Hi, I'm Dave Trull with the Trull Gallery, custom furniture shop in St. Petersburg, Florida, and we're going to talk about some safety tips with the belt sander. The first couple should seem pretty obvious, but a lot of people avoid them or don't use them for whatever reason. Personally, the biggest one for me is hearing protection. Belt sanders tend to be notoriously loud, so you want to protect your hearing at any cost. Second, with any power tool, you want to make sure you're using some kind of eye protection, be it glasses or goggles or a face shield. And one of the more important items is a dust mask. Whether you use a simple mask like this or a full respirator, you want to have something that's going to prevent all that sawdust from coming into your lungs. When you're using the sander itself, if it has a dust bag, or better yet, if it has a vacuum hookup, you want to use that. This is kind of an old beast. It's been around for a while. Doesn't have any of that. So I have to make sure that I'm using, as I said, all my safety equipment. When you get ready to fire it up, you'll see that on most sanders, you're going to have a lock-on button. And on this particular model, I've got my trigger here and a locking mechanism. They do that because when you're using a belt sander, you may be using it for quite a while, 10-15 minutes at a whack. So just holding the trigger for that long gets kind of tiring. And it's just a simple matter of pulling the trigger, locking the mechanism, and as you can see here, it actually holds the trigger in place. At that point, you want to make sure you've got both hands on the sander at all times so you have good control of it. When you're working, you want to make sure that your stock has some kind of a locking mechanism, whether it's clamped down or whether you've got something, a bench stop in the back to hold it, because as the belt is spinning, your stock is going to want to shoot to the rear. So you want to have some way to hold that down. You also want to make sure, because generally when you're working with a belt sander, you're going to be working at waist level if you're working on a bench. You want to make sure that you don't have any loose clothing, because this is a spinning belt. It'll grab any loose clothing. If you have a shirt hanging out, it'll grab that, pull it in, and cause injury. You want to avoid that at all costs. I'm Dave Trull with the Trull Gallery, the fine art of furniture making.